I think we done. Just a quick Harvard drop before we get out of here. Peace to everybody. Peace to everybody. Peace to all. How can I say it? It's peace to everybody. Even the ones that don't come in peace, that come in destruction. All I can do is give you peace. Because any other energy will be a waste of my time. So I give out peace to those that come in peace and those that don't come in peace. A lot of times, a lot of people come for confusion on these social media platforms, and you just have to be like a good comedian. Don't worry about the hecklers and understand your mission. That's why if you're a teacher, teachers have schools like myself and others. Leaders have people that rock with them. And if you're a sensei or magi or anything, then you have pupils. And that's why I say a lot of things that I do, I just get on here just because I just want to talk to the people and throw out love. And I go and I crawl back into my hole, or I like to say, the world that I live in. So once again, I come with peace to all those that come in peace. And even those that don't come in peace, I give you peace. Because we already know who's coming for confusion off the top. I like to tell everyone, you get on social media, you are a willing obligor. And anytime you get on social media, Big Brother, the satellite is on. So when you jump on anybody's social media, the address we have, it's like a copywritten law. I'm a business. I have every right to look anyone up, especially when you're saying crazy things on social media, which a lot of adults do. And when you see who it be our own people disguising themselves as other people. But Big Brother, which is that Google Maps, it pinpoints right where you at. It pinpoints your exact location. It pinpoints your exact location. And that's why when I tell people, I'm like, it's too simple. So you have to understand when we talk about mental health issues. And I like to talk about sometimes when we have adults that have mental health issues, when they will jump on someone's Instagram page that they don't even like, that they don't even study or even into that, but they there for confusion. You gotta know, it's too noticeable. And they all over the place. They on everybody's platform. And I tell people, these are the same people. But if you're a true business, it's a way to do things and they'll stop. All you gotta do is hit them up. You're a willing obligor. Anytime you get on any social media platform, like when people just be posting stuff, Facebook, Instagram don't have the right to do this, etc. Yes, they do. Anytime when you're a willing obligor, and this is just laws and facts that I want people to be, conscious of when we get on social media and we act like people don't know where we at. And a person can't find out exactly where you are. And these be people that work regular jobs. And I'm like, this where you work? Like, is this your address? Oh man, I stay at my grandma's house. I'm like, well, why would you get on social media playing? And that'd be a lot of our own grown people MO. So like, I always like to tell people, I come in peace. If you're not here to learn, if you're not here for the right reason, there's no reason for you to be on Instagram on my page, because I'm not going to respond to nothing you say. I'm going to block you. I'm not going to respond to no slander. I'm not going to respond to no person that get an Albion or a European or a Trelodite face and say, look at the morons. It's the same person. I'll show you all this. I have an IT guy. He'd be like, Sheik, this the same person. I'm like, I told you. A lot of people make fake pages. I tell people, you must be conscious of everything that goes on. And when you are a true teacher, a true leader teaches. And that's what I do in the real world. You will see a lot of people dissing things, dissing academia and dissing scholarship because they don't have academia and scholarship. You will see them dissing people that's successful in their own manifestation, whether it be business or whatever, because they're not operating like that. And only thing they do is trade hours for dollars, and don't understand the dynamics of there's nothing honorable being poor and broke. When you ask them where do they live, what do they drive, what do they eat, what do they have on their back, that's all being financed through some form of income. And we must understand this. And so when we operate on an ignorant level, on a small level, you can see that I always tell Moors, affairs will not make you wise. Just like Carter G. Woodson always said, I know a lot of Moors don't read, they just post books. The miseducation of the Negro. The one thing that stuck out was the churches, the pastors. The pastors, because they taught that false doctrine, they taught that European, that Negro-centric, get on your knees stuff that anybody knows a lie and a sin. See, this is a synchronicity, family. And everyone know this. And the only reason why the person that don't know it is us. Every European that's a Mason, that's Catholic, they understand the Kabbalah. Because Supreme Wisdom and Adapt can speak like this. Because and Adapt been through all the fires in the religious houses. And I use all their books, from the Zohar to the Kabbalah, to the ancient book of Yasher, to Secret Omens, all that. And I deal with the cipher. I know how to spell and read Kabbalistically spellings. When we talk about Temp, Hopes, Abs, Ava, which is the Baphomet, that's us. When we talk about we're from the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood, I hope we are connecting this is ancient history, and all Magi's agree to what I'm saying, no matter what color. And these are facts. And no matter if no one like what I'm saying or not, I'm not here for that. So what I'm here for, man, is to challenge us and to get out and get that hate out of us. It's here it is. We have other people that created platforms. Everything we do, we've bought it from somewhere. If Morris have books, you've bought them from somewhere. If you bought them from Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Wasson bookstore in California, all these other sources. If you in academia have sources and connections like myself to Cambridge and Oxford libraries and the Philosophical Research Society, well, it's a fee. And we okay with giving all those powers that be our resources for the wisdom, because they're sitting in their libraries. And then when your own brother do it and collect all the information and make it available for us for less of dollars and make this stuff PDFs for you can own it and then share it with your people and say these are NFTs, it's electric, we have a problem. Everything that's on our My PDF book page, mypdfbooks.com, you look on Amazon, we have them way cheaper, especially the expensive books, especially books that you can't get PDF. We have them from the source. There's no reason not to have the wisdom. There's no reason not to say, oh, I can't get it, because we have them. I see so many more, it's like, oh man, that book hard to get. I heard somebody talk about the unknown Arab. And I say, go on mypdfbooks.com. I have the book on there. And the book is out of print. If you get it, it probably costs you $2-3 grand. I have it available for you. There's no reason to say it's a lack of. And this is the thing, it's like we don't hate on our brothers and sisters for creating things for we can educate ourselves. We don't just have to wear clothes and sell t-shirts and all that is good, because we should be supporting ourselves and creating all items from within. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. But also it's another avenue, and it's the academia. We must have that. Our kids can look fresh, but it's a privilege and an honor to be wise from a young age. That's in the womb. That's the astrology in the womb. That's that metamorphosis inside before that comes out of that essence. It's some prerequisites that's already programmed in that womb inside. That's why our prophet have Mayat for all of humanity. And if you look at it right, I tell you signs and symbols, when you look at it right, she's straight up. I have to tell people, because we're looking at things the wrong way. Things must be explained. We be the first one to criticize and hate on our own brothers. No, we take the good for what our people do. We take the good and continue to build on that, because we know what they done bad. That's between them and Allah, but we don't carry on that bull crap. We stand firm in what? In truth. We stand firm in the truth, in the essence. So right now, I'm telling you, I know more is full of it. I know my own people. I don't care if you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite, an Egyptologist, black rights, all those things. But when we take these things and don't even understand and say, well, this is better than the other, they all wrong. Just like a lot of our people, they say they're going to celebrate Kwanzaa. And I said, where the hell do you think Kwanzaa come from? We don't even know we celebrate. Well, it's a black holiday. What black holiday? Everything that's black is dead. According to science and law, black means dead. So put dead in front of everything you call black. These are facts. We know this. That's the Dred Scott law. Never been abolished, because black, Negro, all that is what? Pertaining to slavery. See, these is keys. And everybody know this. There's no slander. This is no hate. So when we start speaking of things matter-factual and from a, how can I, just like my brothers and sisters, that's Christians, I don't care what perspective you are, we got this twisted. So all these holidays that we can't say come from the essence, we know it's man-made. Kwanzaa is man-made. Ron Karinga, see what he did, killed people, tortured women, and we celebrate, and then we see our mamas do this, like, oh, Kwanzaa. And like I said, when the lack of knowing, that's okay, like our prophet said. But once we understand, once we put on the full armor, when we become adults, it's no excuse. So then we celebrate these crazy holidays like Kwanzaa, but we say it's black, and we dress up in the dashikis and things. But dashiki is biblical. It's on the table in the chamber, and people don't even know how to read. I'm like, see, all this stuff is biblical, but we dissing things because we don't know who we are. That's number uno. See, these is keys. The European will tell you this. And if I was European, you would be standing up throwing money at his feet. And see, these is facts, because I've seen it. And they like, your brother right here, and he like, well, he the one teach me. And that's why I'll be laughing. And so when we deal with these keys, when we deal with these facts, when we deal with this essence, it's like, who tripping? You're like, wait a minute. They're like, you're not connecting the dots. We Moors, we're from the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood. We talk about Leviticus 25 and 10. We talk about all this scriptural stuff, Ruth the Moabitess, all this. If we're going to say something's fake, then it's all fake. See, because I ain't on nobody's side. And the truth will make you free. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21. If that's fake, it's all fake. You can't say this here and then write books, Moors write book about Ruth the Moabitess and Tamir and all this, and then say everything else fake. Well, then you must ain't read the genealogy of Yahshua the Messiah. Then your whole thought process is based on dogma. It must, because you explaining something that you say is all fake, but then writing books about Ruth the Moabitess and Tamir, and then talk about the mother of so-called Jesus or Yahshua the Messiah, and it says that they were spring from the tribe of Judah. So what we talking about? See, this stuff is too simple. That's why I said, because a lot of people be religiously crazy. That's Moors, that's Hebrew Israelites, no disrespect to nobody, and a lot of these Islam Muslims. I'm telling you, because they ain't read and understand the synchronicity and synonyms. I done broke this down already about the confusion. And it's no confusion. If you read, it's a synchronicity. I've done this too many times. I've done it over and over to synchronize the Quran and the Bible. I've done it lectures over and over. I've done it with imams. They'll tell you, I've corrected the supreme wisdoms. And there's no slander. I tell people, if you have nothing to compare to, how you know this right? If you don't know how to use your compass and square, if you don't like biology and chemistry and mathematics and algebra, how you know these mathematical formulas is correct? When somebody say, oh, and the square mile of the earth is this to this, and you ain't measured it. What you measured it with? Nothing. And then when somebody get the test and check it, you like this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, you get upset and you get pissed. See? Because you ain't have nothing to measure to. And these is facts, man. If you have me tutoring your child and your child is failing in macroeconomics, and I'm teaching them, I'm teaching them formulas, I'm teaching them to do things, or I even make it simple. If I'm teaching your kid algebra and I'm like, this is the formula, you're gonna pass, and they get everything wrong, and I say this is right, you gotta be pissed off at me. And that's what we do. We just take things with no study, with no comparing and contrasting, with no questions. You don't never ask why, because your parents told you not to ask why. My parents always told me to ask why. Why this? Why 12? Why 3? What's this all about? We never asked. And so then when we talk about these biblical scriptures, when I say our people are crazy, because they'll make an excuse for something that's not even biblical to what they say they go by, especially these Christian brothers and sisters, and a lot of Moors, and a lot of whatever you want to call yourself, when they deal with this Christmas stuff. I say, show me in the Bible where it says Jesus was born on some December 25th. You can't show me in the Bible where it says Jesus is some white man. Show me in the Bible where it says Jesus is some black man. Show me, all of it is bull crap. Give Caesar back what's Caesar's. Give the Negro century back what's theirs. Give the Al-Islam, those Bosnians that want to say they Arabs, and we know it is, it ain't no disrespect. You got to understand why they came to the continent of Africa and wanted to come in the temple with you. Sheikh Anadiab teaches you this. He tell you that Islam ain't the Islam that we talk about, and ain't the Islam I talk about neither. And see, these is keys, and y'all know this. That Islam that these brothers are doing is not the Islam that we taught, because the Islam we taught is that tasawwuf before any book. We know this. That tells me, we know this. We know this. And these is keys. This is scholarship, and every European and every potentate will agree to me. That's why, because they sons of Muslims. They are sons of Muslims. The European is not the joke of masonry. The Negro is. I say this so over and over. Why you think so many parents, dads and granddads have passed, and the kids don't know nothing about their father's masonry until they die? They get a fez with that stuff and don't know nothing about it, and the fez be defiled. And them brothers don't even ask why they tassel pinned down. Them brothers don't even ask why they don't wear their fez nowhere. What's the secret? What is the true meaning of Haram Abith? What is the true meaning of Tubal Cain? What is the true meaning? What is the true meaning of Jubal, Jubal, and Jublim? How they had a jubilee and supposed to bury you in a shallow grave? What is the true meaning of the DAR, the Daughters of American Revolution, that wear the white fez with the gold tassel? And I tell my empresses, you want to join something that you already represent. When I say we are the shrine, that white fez with the gold tassel represents you. They'll tell you. And see, these is keys. This is no slander. That's why I said I can care less. I'm not afraid of nothing. How am I afraid of the truth? And the truth will make you free. Every European, every scholar, every first century writer agrees with me because it's in the writing. David, Albert Churchward, signs and symbols of the primordial man. All of it. I mean, I can go on and down the line. David McRitchie. I can go on and on down the line. The Negro Question with all those volumes. George G.M. James, one of our brothers that wrote Stolen Legacy. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on. The chosen ones, when you see that Moorish Israelite connection, the Moorish Zionist Jews. But we out here hating on each other. I said, man, the science belongs to us as one nationality, many cultures. What are we dissing? I really don't get it. When I talk about the triple roles, when I ask my Moorish brothers, do y'all know what the triple role of the adapt chamber is? Understanding those three religious rites, they be twisted. Because I said, Allah's supposed to be in your heart. And an adapt can teach this. We talk about we from the tribe of Judah, lineage of David by blood, and all these scriptures, and then turn around and act crazy and talk about Ruth the Moabitess, talk about all this. Where are you getting this from then? Because if this wrong, this is wrong. They say the flood story is fake. I say, well, all that stuff come from the story of Gilgamesh. And if you start really researching and then start doing some lineage, you be like, wait a minute. So if it's all fake, it's all fake. But you ain't went that far. You're trying to explain something that you way past your pay grade. Why? Because you chose to not to deal with the divine that comes first, which we call the prereqs, and jumped your crazy ass into some civics and out here physically alive but spiritually dead. See, these is facts. I'm not just on the internet. I'm in the real world. Period. We have a school. We getting ready to have our second meet and greet in Vegas. I mean, I'm a behavioral health therapist. I'm a business owner. I do so much charity in my city of Flint, 1,000 backpacks full with stuff. When prisoners get out of jail out here in Arizona, I donate 10 suits. Man, please, man. This is education. And that's what our prophet created the temple for. Our prophet didn't create the temple for no Islamic set or no government set. See, these is facts, and everybody know I'm telling the truth. Everybody know it was an educational to teach to be upright, to teach our nationality and spirituality to be upright, to let them know who we are. Historical, educational, and spiritual. And all this stuff is law. What type of law? All law. And synchronize this. Because this is nothing but elementary, the elements. And if we teach the elements to our young children at a young age, when they come up, they won't be afraid to wear their fez and their turban. Because that's what the followers of Yahshua wore. That's why I ask people, when they see us, the only people that don't understand it is Negroes. Europeans understand exactly what they see when they see us. They don't say, oh, that's no Muslim or no Al-Islam Muslim. They know exactly who we are. Because the followers of Yahshua wore the turban with the jewel on it, wore the bonnet, aka the kufi, wore the tunic, cotton or silk. See, these is facts. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. It's like you can't deny something that can be researched. And then we must understand, we must interpret it, and then if we are people, we must be able to contextualize the scriptures. See, I'm giving words in the science. In science, you must have a language, and we must contextualize the scriptures for us. You talk about people that know how to teach the scriptures, that don't know about hermeneutics and hermeneutics and understanding about the style and things, and then can break them Europeans, break that Calvinistic view down and tell them to go somewhere, and can break that racist Protestant crap down. Because I don't care if you have some damn baptism certificate, you tried to take that to court and say you free, you were a religious, you were the baptized slave. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. The European will tell you. And then you can't come to me with that anti-Semitic shit, because I'll get your book, and the European will tell you where you made that shit up. I'll use your Jewish encyclopedia and prove my point. I'll get the 13th tribe, and I'll get the international Jew. And then I'll get all your encyclopedias. So ain't nobody finna come to me with no crap. You can come with that bullshit if you want to. That's not scholarship. That's man-made religion. And if we're going to debate something and have a real educational conversation on proving things that's written from somebody's pen, which is theirs, then I'm going to use all your books. And it's going to prove my point. There's no slander here. There's no slander. The Igbo is the Jew, genetically, by blood. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. The European know I'm telling the truth. I don't have to go nowhere, and it'll be an end of discussion. All this stuff is old. Just like a lot of our brothers be using Zachariah Stitches, the Anunnaki. That's trash. That's pseudo. That's Freemasonry, European Masonry. Just like Behold the Pale Horse. I'll show you all this stuff. Only person that know this stuff, I told y'all, I'm part of the Philosophical Research Society. I have all their pictures. One of the Freemason secrets is to tell you a lie. It's mix the truth with a little bit of falsehood, for you can believe a lot of it. To believe it's some goofy ass aliens, for you won't think it's you. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. I never had nobody try to debate me in academia at all the colleges when the professors be there and I do my oral dissertations or lectures. I never have anybody, well, what about this, or ask me something stupid or saying some goofy stuff, or they don't believe. They be like, they don't care what you believe. The man just gave you peer-reviewed scholarship. What is your issue? He like, this man just gave you peer-reviewed scholarship, illuminated you. What's your issue with this man? None. We're talking about scholarship. We ain't talking about no belief system, because when we get to the root of all of it, we can deal with where it comes from. And so then when my brothers and sisters get blind, religiously crazy, and I'm not here to debate or pick a fight, but I'm telling you this here, if you say you love some book, and then you make up some December 25th and say this is some Jesus birth and all that, show me where that's in the Bible. These is logical questions. You can't get mad at your kids and your preacher up there with a Christmas tree in the church, and they talk about this is Jesus' birthday, and your child say, well, Mom, can you show me in the Bible where the hell that say that at? You can't show it. You get mad at your child, and then you tell your kid to be honest and stuff, but you would do that to your child and say it's okay to lie on something that you know it ain't in there. And I ask my brothers and sisters, especially my Christian brothers and sisters, because I've always been in the church. That's the only place where people are. But we evolve. We teach the truth in the church. We must, because that's the only thing that Negroes earn. These Moorish Science temples ain't nothing. No slander to nobody. The Moorish Science Temple in my city of Flint, Michigan, on Martin Luther King Avenue. My dad is upstairs in my apartment. We'll tell you that mug be closed. I'll be going up there. We supposed to have a Sunday school door locked. The neighbor next door, I'm like, man, where everybody at? He say, they pop up here every so often. I'm like, how the hell every so often? I'm hitting them up. I'm like, I'm in town. I'm back home in Flint, Michigan. Give me the damn keys to the temple. So you can't tell me when brothers have things. It's unorganized. And the temple is not no damn building. You got a whole bunch of people playing church. No disrespect to nobody. I done been in the temple, heard them niggas singing Kumbaya. Excuse my candor again. And I'm like, what is Kumbaya? Then they singing Amazing Grace. And I'm like, Kumbaya. I said, what the Kum Daba and the Yah mean? Explain that. Come by here. You a lie. The Kum Daba and the Yah doesn't mean that. I said, have you ever broke that down in the Hebrew lexicon? Because it don't mean no come by here. You a liar. And ain't no truth in you. So checkmate on that. And then some Amazing Grace, a wretch like me. That ain't got nothing to you. That was a European singing that. No disrespect, an Albie, a Trelodike, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. And you got to see why that person was singing that song and the cause. And why was he singing that song about himself? These are, man, we can go down the board with some Willie Lynch. That's fake. Ain't no such thing as no Willie Lynch letter. If it was a Willie Lynch letter, don't you know that'd be in the Library of Congress? That was propaganda. No disrespect to our Muslim leaders. I love brothers that do good things. But if these brother scholars, like the brother that did that at the Million Man March, he's a scholar. He know that's propaganda. That's propaganda. Ain't no letter, because black wasn't used to describe ethnicity in the first century. I did this on GCU campus in an oral dissertation. Got a standing ovation. People in there looking stupid like we just take on stuff. Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. What else you wanted? Roots. Alex Haley. He plagiarized that from a European called Harold Colander. Research what I'm saying. Don't be mad at me. And then with my Christian brothers and sisters, they say, well, the Bible, we celebrate Christmas. I said, show me. You a lie. Because in Jeremiah chapter 10 clearly goes against that. You can't be mad at me. And then what did the Jeremiah, and then start reading Jeremiah chapter 40. It clearly says, we don't follow the Nicolaitans, follow and Saint Nick. But we want to talk about this and that and the other. You don't get the Christmas tree and wrap it around and do all this. It says you a fool, you a charlatan. And I don't care what Bible you get, the NIV, the Holy Name, the King James, whatever one you get. And you know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. None of this stuff is biblical. None of it. None of it. None of it. That is not pertaining to the scriptures. Why? Because we don't read the scriptures. And then our prophet never told you to get rid of your Bible. How can you get rid of something? Our Morris Quran is consisted of those keys. Why are you gonna get rid of something and you need this for proof? Just like Morris be talking about get rid of your birth certificate. Our prophet never told you to do no goofy stuff like that. He told you annex. I asked Morris, do y'all know what annexation means? You don't change your last name. That's the name your mom gave you. That's your holy crest or your coat of arms. Negroes don't even know they coat of arms. And I say David McRitchie have to tell you, when you're looking at the ancient and modern Britons, you looking at Moors. When you see my little Moorish hairs that you see me wear, that you see Queen Elizabeth and them wearing, and you see me wearing them, and I'm like, listen, I have them all. I collect the Moorish heads. That's the ancient and modern Britons. Facts. Facts. And then let's not get caught with the apostles, Saint Mark and all them, or the Tetrarchs. I can show you all in the museum. They Moors, the Tetrarchs of the Moors. I can show you this stuff in the Library of Congress. These is keys. And so now when we get back to this biblical scripture, you know and I know that what brothers and sisters doing that call themselves the love of the Lord, that goes against the Lord. It's too plain and simple. Tell them to open their Bible and read Jeremiah chapter 10. Read it all, and then you come back and me have a question. You can't deny what the scripture says. Especially the religious people say, no, just read the scripture for what it is. Well, let's just read it for what it is then. Read Jeremiah chapter 10, read it all. And then read Jeremiah, I think it's chapter 40, and read from 40 on down, and then you tell me what it's saying. Then you tell me what it's saying. First thing people do is get pissed. And then, like I said, I ain't on nobody's side. I don't care. I'm not on no one side. I'm a Moor. I'm not on no religion, or I gravitate to one religion. I miss the essence of the rest. I'm an adapt. I study all the signs and the symbols, just like brothers that's out Islam. No disrespect to them, but I'm not dissing. You got to be crazy. How can you diss one and diss the other, and they both the same? You just miss it. It's a word trick. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. I done broke this down plenty of times. Plenty of times. We always giving credit to some outside of ourselves. That ain't Moorish. The closest place to find Allah is in the heart. Just like I said, I don't get into no argument with nobody religion, because a lot of people is religiously crazy. I read the Quran with the Q, the K, the Moorish Quran. I read all holy books. I don't care what if you get on your knees and prostrate and do all that stuff, that's on you. But that ain't Moorish, because I don't do nothing orthodox. And then you can't tell me it's in Quran, because I read it. It ain't nowhere in there 5 times. You can do what you want to do, but don't say that's law, because if it was law, if it was written, it'd be the law. It'll be written. See, these is facts. And I can show you in the scriptures where it tell you how we do certain things. That's why I say I don't get on my knees. There's no reason for me to be on my knees unless I want to. But there is no want for me to get on my knees for a damn thing, because the closest place for me to find Allah is my heart. I don't have to listen to no goofy Moor talk about turn to the east, to the west. Why? I don't give a shit if you turn north, south, east, west, sitting down Indian style, lay on your back. None of that shit means nothing. Why? Because the closest place to find Allah is in the heart. Only tradition I'm going to keep is my Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. Allah is my God, my protector, my salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. All I'm going to keep is our divine warning. And I'm paraphrasing, your ideas for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be a severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these orders are violated, justice must then take its course. Stop flashing your card at Europeans. It causes confusion. Point blank. And you got Negroes, I want a card, I want a card. What that card gonna do? That card don't mean that you done got a card for some Negro talking about you done nationalized. Where? You ain't changed. You're the same person. Same social security number. Same person. Same goofball. And don't understand about religious rights. The rights of the indigenous people, the religious rights of the indigenous people. We give stuff back. When you say, oh, I don't believe in that spirituality, well, you don't have a tribal leader. Y'all don't have a tribe. It ain't a group of your own people. They can't call nobody and say, we're your tribe. Your tribe can produce IDs, but everybody want an ID from somebody, talk about it's a nationality card. That's fugazi. You might as well go to Amazon, get you an ID card and make your own shit. See? And it's just that simple. So with that being said, man, y'all know that's truth. Y'all know that's truth. Read your Bible. I'm not on nobody's side. And I don't know Al-Islam to say something. Al-Islam is the black man religion. And then I asked these brothers, have they read the Bakar Hadith? They're like, what? And I said, well, it names also called Muhammad slaves. And they call you a raisin head. It really goes ham about you. And so you're going to say that Islam is the so-called black man religion? That Islam? And they have slaves? In the name of Islam right now, today, you go right now to the continent of Africa, no disrespect. Those so-called Arabs that have painted their beard red, that these Negroes be painting their beard red, and they pray today, so-called same God in the same house with them, ain't no fucking way in hell. Excuse my candor. That's why I say this is some mentally sick shit. And then they diss something else. I said, what is you dissing? This is a synchronicity. They don't even get it. They don't even get it. And now I break that Quran down and break that Bible, which I did. I broke it down. They missing it. And when I break it down like that, they be like, you right. I'm like, I know I'm right. So what are you promulgating? Hate, slander, man-made dogma. That's what brothers and sisters promulgating. What? Religion. Because you can't tell me it's law. Because I say, let's break that Quran out. I don't care which one you get. You want to get your Al-Islam Quran? Let's break it down and show me what's law. Show me that this 5 times. They show me that this law. You can't. You can't. And once again, I'm a Moorish American. I'm not under one religion. I do things the Moorish American way, the way our prophet instructed us to do certain things. That's why I say Moors, we're not religious people. We understand all the signs, the symbols, and the religions where we don't miss the essence of the rest, but we're not a religious people. We're not gravitating to a science. We understand that man is made in the image of Allah. We are Moorish master craftsmen. We're not religiously crazy folk. You got to understand this, because if you get any religious book, I can show you who we are. You get any historical book, I can show you who we are. All through history, from Russia to anywhere, just like Alex Pushkin, just like the writer in 1st century, his name was Vladimir Ivanov. He wrote a book called Russian Icon. I've got it in my library. It used to be super expensive. Now on Amazon, it's probably like $700, but we converted that to PDF. We're almost done. And he showed you how the heathen, the European, tried to whitewash themselves in the history books. It ain't no disrespect. I keep telling Morris, Russian icons is when a lot of stuff in the 1st century, and when they painted pictures of what they saw. And then they started trying to make it modern by changing the noses and things. But you can't change the originals. They couldn't destroy all the monuments. And then a lot of these stuff is in libraries. This is truth. It's no slander, it's no hate. I haven't even showed the plethora of the stuff that I showed on the college campus. All the documents that prove we Moors, from the Washita Dundihandii Moors of Empress Tahira El Bey, and they changed the name to Turner, Tunic. I show you how these things is done, Washita to Washington. This stuff is history, and everyone know I'm telling the truth. When rocks cry out, all this history, academically, scholarship, even Carter G. Woodson. When they thought Carter G. well, not Carter G. Woodson, but what's my brother name? A.J. Rogers. See, a lot of Europeans don't even know A.J. Rogers is black. I'm using Nate tongue. And then a lot of these brothers, man, it's just a lot that we don't know, because a lot of us are not introduced into that society. And so we don't have a lot of the old literature to where a lot of our older scholars, no disrespect, a lot of ones that's in the flesh today, I'm not gonna say any names, A lot of us can't really challenge them because the wisdom is not far enough and they know it. But they ain't gonna come to me with that because I know the oath that they signed. No disrespect to nobody. A lot of our brothers and sisters today, scholars that y'all listen to and that a lot of people listen to are Freemasons. And if you listen to what they say, they only tell you a little bit. They'll say, I only can give you a little bit. And I'm not gonna say the names, but if you listen to what they say, you'll be like, oh shit, damn. Why it took them for so long to start speaking like that? Oh shit. Oh, why? Because somebody was paying them. Oh, why when you die you make these books? Oh, okay. Bam, bam, bam. You will start seeing things. You'll be like, oh, I'm only gonna say this much because I took an oath. You'll hear them. And I'm not gonna say them names. And I'm not gonna, all you gotta do is keep your ear open. You will see it. Because that's one of the Masonic secrets. I can't tell you all the truth. I done dealt with brothers that try to be members in our school and temple and they be Freemasons and they come with that they don't know. I had a brother, and I'm saying, if you don't know, it's even sad. And if you do know and you acting like you know, you damn sure ain't tricking me. So here it is, you have a brother that have to come to me because every Mason, they know who I am. So they have to identify themselves. And then the brother name is come to me after one of the lease that where you mark the Asiatic man. And the brother say he don't know. And I'm like, damn, how do you don't know? And that's like plain and day. It's like, that's plain. And I'm like, if you don't know that, that's sad. What the noble say? I said, that's sad. I ain't even see what he said. He said, Isaiah, he said, Billy Bay, he said, yep, LOL, damn. Billy Bay said, damn, Islam, Brian. Well, that's one of my members, one of my brothers on here, one of my muftis. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. We get so scared about certain stuff. I said, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man, because this stuff is too easy to be fact checked. The European is not a joke of masonry. The Negro is. Steve Coakley told y'all this back in the day, but Steve Coakley went crazy with it. So ain't nobody gonna get me all religiously crazy because I'm a scholar in real life and I do stuff, most of my business is done in the real world. So I can be who I wanna be. I can be who I wanna be at all times because I'm speaking from academia. And I break out all their books and say, I don't got to use no book by nobody that look like me. I can use your book. I can use your references. You want to use it? Let's get Albert Churchward, Signs and Symbols of the Primordial Man. I ain't even got to divulge so far in that, and they'll be done. They'll be done. The Unsettling Truths. The Unsettling Truth, those books are by European professors, Albion professors, and it trumps with what we talk about, especially what our prophet talk about in the Exhumed of the Nation and the history. When I talk about Thomas Jefferson, Quran, and all this stuff in the Americas, this is no slander. That who introduced the Whigham Party to this masonry? Who you think introduced Thomas Jefferson and all of them to this masonry? I'll show y'all the documents. All my members have it. The Moors, they know it. They were initiated. That's why they only can dress like it. The Whigham Party. That's why when I show you Thomas Jefferson, Quran, you see the Moor in the background, that's the one that's mapping out the landing. And you see the European dressing like them. Why you think the European in masonry, they got to put their hand inside their coat? Our hand is out. That's for them to identify to do work with us. That's why when you see the Negro Mason and the European Mason, they skirt is on the outside. Those are the workman tools inside. The last thing that a Freemason knows, the first thing that we teach. We are the shrine. I'm not a shriner, we are the shrine. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. We afraid of our own science. More is your pedigree. Masonry is the science, and everybody know I'm telling the truth. Anything else is uncivilized. These is keys. We all are Mason, my son. That's why I said brothers don't read the Clock of Destiny. They don't study nothing, and they damn sure ain't studying the Exhumed of the Nation. Because if they were, everything that these Moors be doing is all fraud. Talking about nationalizing, talking about making someone, all false, distant things, and don't know what our Moorish Quran is consisted of. Get the damn Islam for Dummies. That you can go to the Barnes and Nobles. Go to Barnes and Nobles right now and get Islam for Dummies and turn to page 248. On page 248, it's going to talk about Islam in America. How you doing, man? It's going to talk about Islam in America. You're going to find Noble Drew Ali. Guarantee you. Peter Moon wrote about our prophet, man. A European professor named Spencer Dew wrote about the Aliites. Man, they've been doing lectures about our prophet so much. Go on mypdfbooks.com on our book page and purchase Peter Lambert's Sacred Drift and see who we talking about right on the front, our prophet. So you can't get mad. People always try to slander us. So what? But then they want to be us. Adam Blavatsky, all in want to be us. All in want to be us. When you talk about Alice Crowley, aka Serapis Bey, when you look at all those signs, that's our signs. When you talk about the secret wisdom, Adam Blavatsky will tell you they got that from our prophet. I done lectured this plenty times. They know it. And then Moors give credit to Alan Blavatsky. I said, y'all is crazy. No disrespect to no one. They not original. And everyone know I'm telling the truth because I get their autobiography and right in the intro, they give credit to who? Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Period. They all traveled to the east. They'll tell you, Egypt. Period. Brothers be slandering. And it ain't no disrespect to nobody. I told you, you can't come to me and get mad when we correct our own kind. Oh, well, the European ripping us off in the record business. And then when Negroes get that power, they do the same shit. Don't come to me with that trash. Just like when brothers get that pseudo academia, like when a brother sent me some documentary, and on the documentary, it's talking about Africa was named after European. I said, that's some Negro-centric lies. And I lectured out on a college campus. Africa wasn't named after no European. That's bullshit. Wasn't named after no Leah kind of Africanus. He had a brother too. That's easily destroyed. He got that. That's the abdomen because he defeated the general. Barca. Y'all got to know this. These is facts, and we let some Negroes with some propaganda talk about Africa was named after a European. You know that's a lie. You know that's a lie. That's propaganda. And then we say, well, oh, this is no. If a person to sit up there and lie like that, and that's elementary science, and that's easy to be researched, you got to imagine all of what it's done for. It's done for a check. Just like when our brothers and sisters will go to church, and the church will have a Christmas tree, and I say, have you ever read Jeremiah chapter 10? Read it. And then your pastor will lie. Everything about you is a lie you read. And you should never go deal with that. And you shouldn't deal with no brother like that. Why? Because it's just about money. And if you making money, then it should be some work being done, not you driving just no Bentleys and all that. You should be able to do that because you already have it. And your business endeavors, not you preaching some science or building some things for personal gain. Where's the school? Where's the books? Where's the literature? What's the purpose? And it's no slander when we talk about somebody else. No, we do that to our own self while we allow false information, when we allow pseudo-academia, when we allow someone to say they're a scholar and an educator, and then you say, well, where your scholarship come from, and they get mad. And then brothers and sisters will go buy a fake degree. And I said, what makes you want to do that? And you've been doing so-called good work already, and you'll go buy a fake degree and get on TV and make these videos behind a white screen, talk about you got a damn a PhD. Do y'all know how hard it is to get a fucking PhD? I mean, come on, man. I'm not finished with mine yet. I'm getting my Juris Doctorate degree in Indigenous People Law and Policy. I'm not finished yet. I go on and off because I'll be done in a minute. But when people just pop out of nowhere and say, oh, I have a PhD. How? And then you get mad. And then when people check, they like, this shit ain't even real. This some made up shit. So what makes us do that? What makes us want to defraud our own people? See? And then people get mad when we do that because we see the shit that other people doing. And we start doing the same thing. We start making a fake this. We start making a fake we doing this. And all, man, all this stage shit. I'm telling you, I deal with investments. People be lying, man. You ain't investing no $1,000 and made no crazy money. If you bet small, you win small. If you bet big, you win big. But then that's a conglomerate. If you got a group of people giving a percentage of money, you can put something nice on it and get a nice return. But ain't nobody putting no 50 cents on something finna make no $1 million because you put 50 cents on something. Who you think you fooling? We too grown for this, man. I tell Morris, I'm like, no, I'm not. A lot of people be like, how old are you, about 30, 32? I said, no, man, I'm 45. I work out every day and I grind good and I eat right. Man, I done been in academia. When I travel with a scholar ID. In court cases, I get to go in court cases for study. I done wrote, like I said, I done wrote journals. I get to go in any, I know a lot of the so-called judges out here, I call them referees out here. They buy suits from me. I told y'all, I name a whole list of Moors that's locked up right now. Then came out here to court and then looked at me and a referee telling them to take their hat off. And this what these Moors say. It's not a hat. And the judge say, what is it then? It's my national headdress. He said, well, tell me the law. And then they'll turn around and look at me. I'll be cracking up. And the referee make them take that mug off. And the judge laughed because I know him. He was my professor. He was like, so you're going to let me take your fez off, huh? And this is a European. This is an Albion, whatever you want to call it. And so he's like, Brother Bay. I was like, man, don't include me. I'm just here for study. Give this brother the precedent in law case so he can know. He's like, is this one of your brothers? I'm like, no. Because brothers be stuck in their ego. And they be out here in Arizona getting their ass handed to them. Oh, my son got kidnapped. Your son ain't got kidnapped. Your son will listen to some Negro on the internet, got his goofy ass in trouble. Real talk. be in there looking scared as hell, and then pop out some ID that they done got off the internet, and then the judge say, for the record, this ID part of the Moorish Science Temple of America. He said, I'm giving you a chance. And I'm like, no, Negro, it ain't for the Moorish Science. Say that, please, because that's contempt of court. You in court lying, because it can be looked up from the CCRD. On the back of our ID card from the Moorish Science Temple of America, it has all the information. And so the judge asked him, is this from are you a member of the Moorish? He asked him clearly, are you a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, or did you buy this ID off somebody on the internet? He said, no, I'm a member. Boom, 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 boom. Liar, locked this goofy ass up for 72 hours. This clown sat in jail for months because he ain't even had 10% of 10 bands. Do you hear me? And I ain't even gonna name him out. A lot of people be following him. Sat his goofy ass in jail for some months because he ain't even have $1,000 for making all these dumbass videos. I'm just telling you the truth. And then you look up their names, they don't even use they bay. They bay ain't attached to nothing. They regular people in life. On the internet, they somebody totally else. In real life, they ain't wearing that fez. They ain't doing none of that. They trying to be Moors, not to pay child support or to squat in houses. I know one brother, these brothers, no disrespect to nobody again. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm out. They done ran to China, but then I can show you that a lady, they done sat in this Asiatic lady house and tried to squat in her house and put up the flag, did all this. This shit was all on the news. Can't be mad at me. So why do people want to follow people like that? And I know about restrictions in law. We talk about this is my house, this is land. Man, God ain't make no structure or no house. Somebody did that. It's restrictions in the law. It's a process. And in each state, you got to know the laws. The state laws, the local laws that trump anything you're talking about. That's why I tell people, they say, oh, in their neighborhood, they live in tax-free. You a damn lie. Not no community where the local and the state laws trump. Like how we got our acres away, you can. Why? Because you can have a load of your deed. I know how much it costs to develop your own structure on your own land and to build. I know why, because we're doing it. We've been doing it. I know how it goes. I know a person that go right to Home Depot and buy a goddamn shed and put it in the front and get some shovel with some hard hats. I know how this shit go, because the people love telling. Who? The Europeans love telling. It ain't no disrespect. When things come down, they'll hire your own brother to destroy everybody. I tell everybody, just like with any society, if they all look like you, they gotta have somebody that look like you to take you out. Come on, this ain't no secret. This ain't no secret, man, and this ain't no slander to nobody. I'm just having a conversation, challenging brothers and sisters to think. I don't have no dog in this fight. I ain't rocking with no goofy ass Moor. I ain't rocking with no goofy ass poor righteous person. None of that goofy shit. I don't rock with that. I rock with honesty. I rock with what Allah loves. And Allah can work through all man. Evil and love can work through all man. And everything that was done to me was done by Negroes. So with that being said, man, I love y'all and I'm out. I challenge you. You say you a so-called Christian. What your Christian Bible say about Christmas? What do your Christian Bible say about Christmas? Tell me. Read Jeremiah chapter 10. Read all of it. And then sit down with your family. And then ask your preacher why he getting his ass up there preaching that goofy shit. Talk about some December 25th. Talk about some baby Jesus. Why? See? Because pertaining to Titus, it's qualifications to be a pastor. All you got to do is read it pertaining to their Bible. It's qualifications to be a pastor. And how you going to teach something and you're not educated and you're not under a particular initiation of craft to be able to teach? And you don't understand etymology when these preachers be talking about it's finished, it's fulfilled. Man, you ain't even looked that word up to see what it is. And that's what I be saying with the lack of wisdom. But I love y'all, man, and I'm out. Peace.